those of you who don't know, on April 8th, recently this past week, there were a few hundred people in a club called Jetet, and they were watching one of the most famous merengue artists of all time, named Ruby Perez, and unfortunately the roof collapsed on them. From today, April 17th, we have lost 231 lives.
So it's Victory Light, baby. You know what it is. You know the vibes. We're here to make you laugh, and we're here to make you feel good. But some, as we've said in many a Zoom meeting, many a FaceTime, some just ain't funny.
Right.
But it is worth talking about. We have a responsibility to talk about certain, and I feel like Lizbel is probably the most equipped to talk about this particular issue. So
I think it's our responsibility as Dominicans, especially being in New York City, to use our platform to what's going on in the Dominican Republic right now. And for those of you who don't know, on April 8th, recently this past week, there were a few hundred people in a club called Jetet, and they were watching one of the most famous merengue artists of all time, named Ruby Perez, and unfortunately the roof collapsed on them. According to El Nuevo Dia in Santo Domingo, from today, April 17th, we have lost 231 lives. And this is all due to negligence and greed. And I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories. There's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of grief. There's a lot of anger collectively just in the Dominican Republic, in the world. And unfortunately, we have lost sight that we lost 231 people.
yeah,
As someone who just recently, I lost my grandmother and my father within months, I know what it is like to be grieving, and to know that 231 people left their houses to enjoy a beautiful night out, to watch one of their favorite artists, and for them to pass away in such a tragic accident. And to know that 231 living rooms right now are sitting full of families who are just crying. There's 231 funerals going. And not only that, but there are more than 200 people who are still injured and trying to recover in the hospital. So that's why I say as of today, because every single day, unfortunately, people are dying due to their injuries. And for those of you that don't know, this club had a fire in 2023, and the owner, Antonio Espilat, was told that he had to rebuild this place because it was unsafe and eventually it would collapse. And he did not rebuild because it would cost him money, and to him it just wasn't worth it. He thought he could just paint over the bullshit and everything would be okay. And today that has costed us more than 231 people from the Dominican Republic, from Venezuela, from Haiti, from Colombia, and from Italy, who have passed away, people who went out to enjoy a night. And now we have all of these funerals, and we don't know if we'll be able to see justice.
yeah.
So I wanna see it. I would love to hear your opinion on this, because being from New York, we get to see. Me personally, I go to DR a lot, and I do see the infrastructure. I walk into a colmado, and I'm like, oh wait, this is unsafe.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of see like how people may cut corners, you know, to make a negocio or a business. But usually those are from like mom and pop small stores, you know, like home-based business.
People trying to get it out the mud, essentially, just like making the best of what they have.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, yeah, like, I would love to, first of all, thank you so much for putting your grief on display like that, like on such a big platform. Like, I want everybody watching and everybody like listening to understand what we are making here is a media product. There's real people behind this product that you guys are watching.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that, so I just want to give you your praise and your flowers right here and now for like even sitting through this and walking us through that after experiencing your own grief and your own loss, because you have a perspective that is unfortunately very fresh, and you have a perspective that is very unique and specific to you. So shout out to Lizbel for that. Thank you so much. You know what I mean? For putting yourself on the spot. Come here, baby girl. You know what I mean?
I love you.
But we family, baby. And like, you know what I mean? It's some shit like, you know what I mean? With a great podcast comes great responsibility, or whatever Uncle Ben said. But it's a rock and a hard place for Dominicans, and especially if you're not Dominican, right? Because it's like when you go to a little colmado, you go to a little shop or whatever, right? It's like you can't really blame these people. You know what I'm saying? Because they're breaking even even then, even with like the crates holding up the TV and then the freezer being under the crates and then you get you know what I'm saying? So it's like those people, you know what I'm saying? I can't pass judgment on them because they are getting it out the mud and they are doing the best they can. And some of them are just breaking even. And they're providing for their families, and it's small businesses, like you were saying. But a place like Jetet with presumably infinite resources, especially for where they're at, there is no fucking excuse. None. There's no fucking excuse, and they should not have let that shit get that bad. But that's what happens when you treat businesses like an ATM. And unfortunately, culturally, it's the elephant in the room. Nobody want to fucking talk about it. But a lot of Dominican business owners, they see a little bread and then they start treating their business like a fucking ATM.
Yeah.
This shit don't just print money, bro. You got to put back in. Like the shit you seeing now, this real shit, matter of fact. All this that you seeing now came out of motherfuckers' pockets, bro. Like every penny goes back in. Every penny that's not paying people is going back into the product. That's how you got to treat shit that you care about. And it's very evident that the motherfucker didn't care about the establishment. He only cared about the money that it was printing.
Yeah.
And that's the shit we got to get away from. You know what I mean? Just culturally, just as a people, just like, because I've noticed, I don't know why, like even in New York, bro, even in New York, I've worked, a lot of y'all know I was a tattooer for a long time. I was tattooing for a decade. I've worked in shops with the same mentality, bro. It's like, yo, this is a safety hazard. This is a fire hazard. We work with bodily fluids and needles, bro. Like this shit is like, we gotta tighten up. Like there's a hole in the ceiling. There's dust coming out of there. I'm tattooing people. Like, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, you know, it goes back to getting it out the mud. It's like nowhere else would hire me. Do you see what I mean? So it's layers, there's levels to this shit.
Yeah.
You get scenarios like me working at a dusty ass shop and people more or less coming out unscathed, not really having any issues. It's just something that would be nicer if it was safe. Then you got the other side of that where it's like this big establishment, very well known, you know what I'm saying? Very lucrative to be at. And negligence ends up costing lives. Corruption ends up costing lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Antonio Espilat specifically, he is in one of the top 5 richest families in the Dominican Republic. Like that's the thing with this case specifically. You would think that something happens like this and justice would be served. But because he comes from such a rich and powerful family that owns half of the fucking land, it's very rare that justice will be served because in the Dominican Republic, like in the States, corruption runs and lives in the government. There is nothing that you can do that you can't pay your way through, unfortunately, which is why in many cases, Dominicans get street justice, which is fucking insane, yes.
Yeah.
But sometimes Dominicans will not have their voices heard in the most brutal ways, and they will take justice into their own hands, and they will go and literally form a mob and kill the people responsible. Yeah. And it's just so fucked up.
Yeah, that it has to come to that.
Yeah, and that we lost so many people. Like to me, like we lost Ruby Perez. We lost these famous baseball players. But we also lost workers.
Yeah. We lost more importantly than anything, bro. We lost fathers. Yeah. We lost mothers. We lost siblings. We providers,
lost aunts. We lost uncles. We lost love. Like that's a heartbreak that's never going to leave your heart. Yeah. And to know that somebody can just pay their way and get to live a luxurious life and not be held responsible for the fucked up, terrible, evil things that they do. How do you not, I don't think that Dominicans have a lot of patience left in them. Yeah, definitely. We just don't. I recently saw a video of a woman whose daughter was raped and murdered, and the police knew who it was. They had all the evidence, and they would not fucking arrest him. Yeah. And this mom was so fed up with the situation that she dug up her daughter and threw the bones into the precinct. Because she didn't know what else to do. Yeah. She was like, you've let my daughter's body rot. Yeah. And she still doesn't have justice. Like, you're going to let her turn into dust, knowing who it was, and you still will not receive justice. Yeah. So it's really fucked up. And I'm with the Dominican people right now, bro. My heart is really, it's broken with what has happened, but it's also very angry. Yeah. And I need people to be held responsible, Antonio specifically.
Yeah, yeah,
because he
definitely.
knew what he was doing. And also, Eric Adams going into the DR to show face
Yeah.
was, to me, I know a lot of people think that it's a sign of respect and it's a beautiful thing. But if you know Eric Adams,
He's a fucking opportunist, first and
you
foremost.
know how he works, and you know
Yeah.
that he's up for re-election. Most Dominicans who are outside of the Dominican Republic,
Mm-hmm.
41% of them are here in New York.
Yeah, and we know what time it is with Eric
Exactly.
Adams.
We know what time it is. I don't know if the people in DR know that. I know that they were very honored that the mayor of New York went into DR, but we see through you. We know how you treat the Dominicans here in the States.
Yeah.
We know what you do so that you can collect votes. We know that you do not want to be the mayor. We know that you want to be the 7th member of Drink Champs.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't see you at the Vibes fucking Cartel concert, because that's what you want. You want fame. You want to be cool. You want to be hip,
Yeah.
and you're not supposed to be that.
Yeah.
Tú lo que es un fucking sinvergüenza, bro. Ubícate. Que tú eres un mamañema. I don't understand how we can see somebody play in our faces like that and not get angrier. It just doesn't make sense to me that you can use tragedy, something so tragic, to garner votes and gain sympathy. We know what you're doing. We're not fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You're not fooling anybody.
Yeah. And I'd also like to point out that maybe Eric Adams would have never went over there if famous people hadn't been among the victims.
Yep.
Like, I think about that shit a lot too. Like, whenever shit like this happens, like, it's obviously, yes, it's important to acknowledge the massive loss and like just like this insane tragedy, this very avoidable tragedy, right? But it's unfortunate that all the publications lead with, oh, Ruby Perez, such and such famous person, this many ball players, like this many baseball players, peloteros and shit, you know? And it's like, yes, like those losses are important. Those losses mean just as much. But I wonder, I really, my brain has to go to a place that it has to question whether or not we would have even seen, whether or not this tragedy would have seen the light of day. What if nobody famous was in the building? What if, you see what I'm saying? It's like, you know, we make a spectacle almost of the loss of life when it's a famous person, when it's a rich person, when it's a celebrity. But there's 225 plus other people whose names I don't know and whose names I should know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, like a lot of these publications are, you know, it's a rock and a hard place because it's unfortunate because, you know, if you don't attach, it's like on the one hand, people don't acknowledge the nameless and faceless victims in a 200 plus fatality tragedy. That's one side of it. But on the other side, it's like people not gonna click on the shit. They're not gonna click on the article. They're not gonna click on the newsletter if you don't attach a famous name to it. And it's weird because it's almost like if a famous person hadn't died, nobody would give a shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess we're here to tell y'all, bro, like our condolences, you know what I'm saying? Like prayers up, like to all the families that have lost people, regardless of whether they were fucking famous or not. You know what I'm saying? Because every life lost is a life lost. And every victim is worth acknowledging.
Yes.
Here. So, yeah, our condolences, you know what I'm saying? We got the flag behind us, bro. We stand with everybody and we want justice for y'all. You know what I mean? Like, this is insane. And again, I will reiterate, some shit just ain't funny. Some shit just ain't fun to talk about. But we got a responsibility to our audience. We got a responsibility to our people. And we also to ourselves, yeah, and we also got a responsibility to dunk on Eric Adams' fucking bald ass head.
Yeah, bro. Fuck Eric Adams. But aside from Eric Adams, I really want to say thank you to the first responders. Thank you to the people, to the firefighters who came from Puerto Rico, to the people who rushed to donate blood for the victims, to the people who have just been doing everything to try to make the situation better, because in the Dominican Republic, there is a lot of necessity. The things that we have here in the States that you think are regular, if you fucking fuck up your ankle, they'll give you crutches. You know, like in DR, there aren't things like that everywhere. And a lot of people came out to be there for the Dominican community. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who really showed up for us and showed up for the victims and the families of the victims, the people who are doing fundraisers, all of these beautiful things showing up in our community, and it really goes to show how strong we are. So shout out to us. I love y'all.
It goes to show how strong we are and how important it is to simply show up. It's very easy to feel helpless right now, just in general, whether you Dominican living in DR, whether you Dominican living in the States, whether you're any marginalized person living in the States. It's very easy to feel helpless, but a lot of the time, bro, like I'm gonna keep it a bean, like really showing up is all it takes. Like showing up is literally all it takes. Moving on and taking it to a lighter note, my theory is Eric Adams only went to DR because he exhausted all the Uptown Club's resources. They ain't got no more Henny bottles. If we in a recession,
Bro.
it's no more Henny in the clubs. Like we said like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's no more Henny in the clubs. It's no more money in the city. He like, shit, where am I gonna get my fix?
Bro, even the shorties. You gotta listen to the women, bro. Women are always right about everything.
Yeah.
And the strippers are saying, a recession is coming. No, it's here. I'm sorry. It's not coming. It's here.
Yeah.
Ain't no money in the strip clubs, and that's where all the money is always at, bro.
We gotta listen to the scrippers. You know what I'm saying? We gotta listen to the scrippers because they are always right. Sex workers, yeah, just women in general, just always be at the front of shit. They always, it's that intuition, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got menstrual cycles and shit. That shit connects y'all to the moon and shit. That's like celestial bodies. Y'all got shit going on up here that we just not privy to. You know? So obviously, sex workers and scrippers are gonna be the first ones to be like, yo, listen. This shit not adding up. Something's going on.
Yep, and they've been saying it too. They've been saying the strip clubs is dry.
Yeah.
I just saw Shorty post up a video. She was there for like 4 hours. She only had a single dollar bill, bro.
Yo.
And she had it on her already.
Yo, come on. Like, this shit is getting serious, yo. And speaking of scrippers, by the way, Cardi and 2 of her friends went viral recently for just walking through a hallway in slow motion looking bad as hell. But the friend in the middle, who also happens to be the only dark-skinned woman in the video, has been getting a lot of comments, some positive, you know, some for stealing the show and for essentially outshining Cardi as far as attention. I don't know. We don't really like to do that over here.
Yeah, weird.
But some people made it a point to be like, yo, who's Shorty in the middle? What's going on? So some people have been very complimentary and very nice about it because she does look, gorgeous. They all look phenomenal.
Yeah.
But there's another side of the internet that once, as usual, made it weird. And they are transvestigating the friend in the middle, who everybody said was fine. A lot of people are accusing Shorty of and by the way, I say accusing, there's nothing wrong with being trans, right? I think we should preface with that. But when it comes to transvestigating, being trans has become an accusation. So there's people on the internet now accusing Shorty in the middle of being trans. There's Caribbean folks calling her fish and all that. If you're from the Caribbean and you're Jamaican, whatever, you already know what that means. And I just think that shit is weird. And I also think it's weird that they happen to be doing that with the only dark-skinned woman in the video.
Yes. That's crazy. That's crazy. She tall and she dark-skinned. Y'all talking shit. That don't make no sense to me. La gente tiene que hallar algo que hacer. Busquen oficio.
Busquen oficio. That's it.
Our
That's
Spanish lesson of the day is going to be busca oficio.
Busca oficio, which translates to find work. Seek gainful employment. All right.
Do something productive.
Yeah.
I don't understand when people started hating bad bitches. I don't understand when they started seeing beautiful women and they're just like, something gotta be wrong. And I think it's about time that we start looking at people. I think it's about time that whenever something ignites a reaction in your heart and spirit, bitch, you need to look at yourself. You need to look at why that is triggering such a reaction in you. Why do you see a tall, beautiful, dark-skinned, confident woman walking and you're like, that's a dude? That, it just doesn't make sense to me.
You know what? Here's a hot take. I think that straight men in particular, right? Myself being one of them, have a hard time reconciling their trans attraction. They are so afraid of being outed as being gay or whatever, or just being attracted to trans women, that they will second guess their attraction to what I am assuming is a cis woman, right? In this scenario, just so they don't have to reckon with it, literally. So they don't have to deal with their trans attraction.
Yeah.
And that shit is so fucking bonkers and
It
weird.
goes
to me.
down to the same violence that trans women face.
Yeah, exactly.
They literally face violence because men find them attractive.
Yeah.
A man will be like, "Oh, you're gorgeous," and then they'll find out that they're trans, and it's just like, "What the fuck you mean?" Like,
Yeah.
they get mad at themselves for feeling like they've been like
bamboozled or whatever.
And it's just
Yeah.
like, no,
No.
you just have certain images of what you believe a woman. You know,
My brother,
how women look.
My brother, your lizard brain activated, all right? Listen, she bad as hell. She's shaped like a Mexican Coke, all right? It just is what it is. You like women, she's a woman. What the fuck is the problem? The equipment, listen, I've said this before and I'll say it again. If shorty bad as hell, you know what I'm saying, giving me eyes, and she got the body right, she, you know what I'm saying, Coke bottle frame, all that type shit, I'm sucking whatever she pull out of the
Jesus
fucking...
Christ.
I'm sucking whatever she pull out of the bodycon dress.
So santísimo.
You think I give a fuck, bro? Hello? What are we talking about? Women are women, bro. Oh my fucking God. Enough of this shit. Let's be real about something for a second.
It kind of reminds me of the Tyler effect. I don't know if this is probably something that I feel like a lot of people don't like Tyler because she's confident.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's a beautiful girl, but she knows it.
Yeah.
Not only is she beautiful, but she knows that she's talented. You could tell in the way that she moves throughout her work.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes people don't know how to react to somebody like taking up space.
Yeah.
And to some people, it's just like, who the fuck do you think you are? And
Especially,
it's just like, why can't I think that I'm that
Right.
person? You should think that you're that
Yeah.
person.
Especially somebody like Sweetness, right? Who is allegedly the person in the video with Cardi and her friend. But that is just alleged. I have not seen any links corroborating this. I have not seen anything proving this as fact. But we're just gonna go with this being her friend Sweetness in the video with her. Especially like when it comes to her, it's like, yeah, she's the shit. She knows she's the shit. What does it fucking matter if she's trans or not? And also, like, you not slick, bro. You like that. You like that, and it's okay. It's okay. Let's be normal about the shit.
Yeah,
for
it's
once.
like they're mad at
Holy
themselves
fuck,
for like
bro.
it's like they're mad at themselves for finding it attractive.
They mad at themselves for finding a woman attractive. Oh my fucking God, bro. Jesus Christ, man. I need a sip of whatever this is.
That shit look like a papaya milkshake, bro. What are you doing? We don't got to do that.
My, that's delicious.
All right.
Is that what having kids does to you, bro? I've never seen you sip that fast in your fucking life.
You have no idea, Lizbel, all right? The inner machinations of my mind.
Bro, you know how I know I'm not ready for kids?
Right.
Because I went to the movies and these fucking bitch ass kids want to use the bathroom during the movie. Motherfucker is
Yo.
4D. You
Bro.
think I'm a... Come on, man.
Listen, my kids shout out to my children, bro. My kids go to movies and they sit there like Don Draper from Mad Men with a cigarette like this. Yes, I can see the director's vision. Yes, it's incredible.
Rainey that has raised mini me's.
Yo.
Full-blown mini
Bro,
me's.
hold on, real quick sidebar, everyone. Listen, I'd be taking my kids to get ramen and shit. I'd be taking my 5 and 7-year-old son to get ramen, Lizbel. And when we go to a new spot, they sound like men. They be like,
The broth is great, but
I
the noodles are not for me.
who
I thought you
are
were gonna
you?
say something racist,
What?
like an Asian, like you know,
Oh,
like
come
me
on,
when
man.
me going to a ramen, like they use chopsticks.
No. Oh my God, no, not
My
like that.
5-year-old son is proficient in chopsticks, just like men.
Just like men. Nah, they just bougie as hell, bro.
Yeah.
I took him to Ajin. Shout out to Ajin Ramen. And they like, I just don't know about these noodles. I'm like, bro, you're 7. What have I
Yo,
done? I've
this-
created monsters,
Yeah, I was
dog.
just gonna say
bougie ass monsters.
This is why older people don't give their children seafood. This is why you don't get the big piece of chicken, bro.
No.
'Cause you get the luxury taste.
No, I'm gonna tell you though. I'm gonna tell you the real reason why we don't give our children seafood. It's in case they're allergic. And I don't want to find that shit out in real time. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't want to be sitting in the hibachi spot and then Godric ate his shrimp. Today is the day that God said, I'm gonna make this stupid ass kid allergic.
a shrimp that got flung into his mouth from the chef.
Yeah, this motherfucker said, hey.
I don't know. I feel like if you, I feel like if you allergic to something, you should kill yourself because you're a weak fucking bitch.
Yo, that's crazy. Because you just told me to kill myself.
I would never do that. Not live on air. I would never do that.
But listen, I feel like I have little kid ass illnesses, yo. I'm allergic. First of all, I get seasonal allergies. I'm lactose intolerant. You know what I'm saying? Like nerdy ass illnesses, bro.
You probably allergic to the fucking new hard Mountain Dew that they just dropped.
Yo.
We gotta try that shit, bro. We gotta wait for Mero to get back. We're gonna try that shit.
To pin a bow on the Cardi and Sweetness situation, I think it's crazy that all these men have all these opinions and all this transvestigating to do and all this shit to say about Cardi and her friends when they couldn't have afforded a dance from her back in Sunset Park in 2011. That's crazy, bro. Get your money up. You know what I'm saying? Step your money up, not your funny up. You know what I'm talking about?
How much did a Cardi dance cost? Because I don't think I could have afforded that shit either, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
It definitely costs more than a hard Mountain Dew, I'll tell you that.
How? You see? Now we on to something. Now we on to something. Because I need to try that. I need to try. I gotta try it in the way that I want to try for locals.
You've never had a...
No, I've had it.
Oh,
but
okay.
You see how you try it? You see how Mero said you just take a bump of coke?
Yeah.
That was the Four Loko for me.
It's like that drink I just had. Incredible.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna hit you in about 10 to 15 minutes.
It's important to try things.
But realistically, bro, who the fuck they made that for? Who's drinking Mountain Dew liquor?
Here's what I think. I think hard Mountain Dew was made specifically for people who make a face when they drink water.
Ah,
That's who hard Mountain Dew is for, okay?
bro, I'm real fast. I met a bitch who don't drink water. I thought she was joking. I thought she said it in passing. Like, oh yeah, I don't like water. I hate the taste of it.
Wait,
How bad is your skin?
Bro, I tell you what. She don't make good decisions.
Yo, you know, so this is one of the reasons that people tend to not like the taste of water. And I found this out recently, and it's the most disgusting thing I've ever heard in my life. If you don't like the taste of water, it's probably because you have plaque buildup on your teeth, and what you are tasting is the plaque.
You nasty bitch.
Bro.
I knew it, bro.
Oh my God. Like asthma.
Oh my God.
Bro, matter of fact, there's a streamer whose name I'm not gonna say because no free clout. But bro drank water on stream, and I swear to God, bro, he went like this. He said, yeah, no, not for me. Huh?
You gonna get kicked out this bitch.
What do you mean not for you, bro? What are we talking about?
I tell you what, I was in the middle of the scorching sun in the Dominican Republic,
Oh my God,
riding
yo.
through ATVs, bro. Dust all in the fucking air, all in your face.
Oh my God.
They finally, once we get to the resting spot, they finally offer us like little water bottles.
Yeah.
This bitch done turned down the motherfucking water, bro. I was like, bro, it's literally 90s fucking, it's almost 100 degrees out here.
Oh my
It's not
God.
hot. We've been driving in the sun. You don't want no water?
Yeah.
Bro?
Yeah.
Eso da miedo.
Yeah. It's all I'm
It's terrifying, bro. But I
Oh,
think
man.
about Mountain Dew liquor. First of all, I would have tried it if I was a 13-year-old fucking hood rat. But I feel like the demographic is Italian boys who like have a 75,000-year-old grandmother who's still making pasta
who's
from
still-
scratch.
Yeah.
They don't let that bitch sleep, bro. They don't let that bitch rest.
She got the dough,
Yeah.
fuck, I don't know what it's called. Yo,
that bitch like that.
hey, in the comments, yo, help me out. What's the shit called that you push the dough into and then it just
The
makes
pasta maker?
Oh, fuck you, man.
Of course, man.
God damn it. You mean a pasta maker, idiot?
I could also see white women who love black men but hate black women.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel like the ones who know how to steal really well, they drink that shit.
they drink that shit. Cookie Monster pajama pants in Walmart.
Yes.
100% drinking that shit. Amy Schumer drinking that shit. I might be in the demographic of hard Mountain Dew. And if I'm not, then Myron certainly is, all right? I've been waiting for this drop for so long, all right? I'm tired of sharing a body with this idiot. Sorry, we're back. I don't know what happened. But, speaking of hard Mountain Dew, speaking of 4chan, and speaking of incels, the incels who drink it, 4chan was recently hacked and taken down, and it turns out that a bunch of people's personal information, like emails, addresses, names, and phone numbers, were doxed. And it turns out that a bunch of those people had government emails, which means they were government officials, which kind of soft confirms the fact that 4chan was engineering incels and school shooters with some type of government oversight.
What a
Is what I
surprise.
would say if that were true.
Oh shit.
But that's how information travels now.
¿Y qué pasó?
That's how information travels now. Turns out there were a few government emails, like .gov emails, in 4chan's list of doxed moderators. But there's nothing tying them to any specific positions in government. So this is the state of information that
I
we're
was
in
gonna
today.
say, you see, this is even how the rap brain works.
Yeah.
What if that's just what they told you?
Oh, okay. Yo, but we here though, bro.
Yeah, because
we're here
guess
though.
what? That's not too far off.
That's not.
And
yo.
I was just saying this the other day. Conspiracy theories are crazy until they're fucking not.
Until they're true, Yeah.
Until they're true, and then you're just like, oh yeah, that's actually not too far off.
bro. Listen, between Tulsa and the Tuskegee experiments and fucking Chernobyl, bro. I don't put shit past no government.
Yep.
I don't put shit past no governing body. You know what I'm saying? But I think that this particular situation with 4chan is a great example of the state of media and the state of, we are not journalists, but the state of journalism is included in that. And podcasting as well, because like we're a source of information for people who don't want to listen to boring ass fucking CNN panels. Right? But this raises a bigger question. It's like, and you guys can get into this in the comments and maybe even on Reddit, who knows, but where would you guys put people like us in a media landscape where you have to report on things as they happen, because if you wait too long, no one's gonna give a shit anymore. But on the other side of that coin, the story hasn't fully developed.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here, right? How do we approach a media landscape where you have to be the first to talk about something or no one's going to give a shit anymore? But then if you talk about something first, you run the risk of being wrong about that thing.
Yeah.
And then if you're wrong about something enough times, people stop relying on you for information.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like you answered your own question. Because if we're rushing to just be able to break the news, it's like, that's bullshit.
It's
You know,
bullshit.
It's not. That's why I have so much respect for journalists, because they do the motherfucking knowledge. You know, they do the
Yo,
Goog.
do the knowledge.
they do the knowledge. And they take the time. And sometimes you don't want to be the one to break the first. Like, it doesn't matter who's the first to break the first story. To me, at least, it's like, who is right about the situation?
Yeah.
Who is right? Who did the most research? And it's just like, if like, yes, we have a show and we do have a responsibility to talk about these things, but we are not journalists. I take that shit. I think that, especially in this day and age, good, responsible, respectful, honest journalists, that, bro, first of all, you will be a hot fucking commodity in 10 years.
Oh, 100%.
If you could read in 5 years, bitch, you're gonna be out this world. You're gonna be out this world.
Yo,
They cutting the books out of school, bro.
Yo, if you know the copy paste shortcuts,
You're winning, bro.
Google is after your ass, bro.
Yeah. Just
Oh
give
my
it 5
God.
years, all the dumb motherfuckers is going, you know?
You know what I mean? They gonna get assembly line jobs at Amazon, and then you gonna be a hot commodity, bro. I'm telling y'all. Yeah. So this story in particular is one of those examples, right? Where it's like, you know, it's like you were saying, like we have a responsibility. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's crazy that a lot of the time now, even respected journalists are getting yelled at for not covering shit fast enough.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, the shit is developing. Like, we have not come to a conclusion yet. And as far as the 4chan shit is going, by the way, which is a huge deal, but I ain't got shit to worry about because I made friends with girls in high school, so I never made a 4chan account. So you're not gonna find my email in that motherfucker. But I think it's insane just the level of information that has come out at the rate at which it has come out, because it is a big deal. 4chan is in fact a hub for engineering mass shooters, incels, and racists, and radicalizing people to the right. That's just a fact of the matter. That is simply what 4chan is. Now, it wasn't always that, but it has been that for about a fucking decade plus now. And some .gov emails were leaked, so that much is true. So although it is not confirmed that governing bodies have overseen the engineering of school shooters, it is still not out of the realm of possibility. You know? So right now, I guess we're calling it tinfoil fitted territory. Whether or not government officials were involved in 4chan, 4chan probably made Boozy gay.
I agree. I agree. I think that there's a weird path of like.
It's so weird.
Because it's not that he's gay. He's just so fucking hypersexual and weird
about
it.
everything. So, for those of you that don't know, Boosie did a remix to Rob 49's What the Helly song. And he posted a preview of it on the internet. And the first bar in his remix is, "What the helly? My homeboy just dipped down his celly. What the helly?"
I don't think you understand how loud he is.
Boosie. Boosie, what?
Oh my god.
I don't know what shit.
Bro.
Boosie, did we need that information? Did we need it? I think Boosie watches gay porn like 9/11 footage. I think Boosie puts it on in the studio. He go, "Look at him, look at him. Oh no, they just hit the South Tower, Lord."
Oh my god.
Oh, they just hit.
Oh. Look at him. Look at him. Digging all in it. Look at him.
Yo. Somebody gotta donate his brain to science.
Oh my god. I swear to God. I think you. Oh.
Idea.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh my god, bro.
Yo. This has been another episode of Victory Light. You know what I'm saying? We got super producer Victor in the building. Freaky man Mintran, also super producer in the building. We got goddamn the one and only man on the deck. Says, Hassan insane. You know what I'm saying? We
Salt
had
and pepper
Dallas
bed.
BBQs.
Beautiful boy.
Beautiful.
And we
you
got
know what I
the
mean?
one and only motherfucking Rainey Oval.
It's the Yap God.
El lindo de Dios.
Yapaholics.
1/3
Real
of the
shit.
Victory Light podcast.
Yes.
Mero, we miss you. Lizbel Ortiz. Yeah, I love you. bitches.
Lizbel Ortiz in the building, the super bitch of NY La Matatana. You see the flag behind us, you see the crest in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You know what the fuck it is that we do, baby. Our condolences go out to all the families that have been affected by the Jetet tragedy. And hopefully you guys see justice soon. Hopefully this matter is resolved and you guys get the attention and the care that you guys deserve. But just know, the Victory Life Squad is here for you, and if we can do nothing but put the word out there and get your voices heard, we will do just that, because sometimes just showing up is enough.
Amen.
This has been another episode of Victory Life, baby. We'll see you guys next time.
Love y'all.
A victory light.